Hey there, this is Asenjo, and these few KOF 15 videos will be a rundown of character changes for patch 1.32 that went live on May 17th, 2022. We're only reviewing characters we are familiar with, which are the entire Orochi Team, Kula, Whip, Elisabeth, and Terry Bogard. But if you're interested in seeing more quality content like this, we'll let you know how to support us at the end of the video so you can see more complete video series. Some of this stuff will go over our head in these patch notes, but we'll try our best to discuss it anyway. Really excited about these changes, so let's get started. In this video, we're going to be checking out Terry's changes. First off, in a lot of these patch notes, you'll see overall frames used a good bit. According to a lovable frame nerd I know, aka Ferris Cindy, overall frames refers to the frames that make up an entire character action, including startup frames, active frames, and recovery frames. So if you see overall frames reduced in the patch notes, it usually means some combination of the following. The move is starting up quicker, the attack or motion is active for a shorter period of time, and or the recovery is shorter. Close standing light kick now hits low and had the overall frames reduced by 2. This button simply got better getting the low property and a frame tweak, making it a fun choice if you want a standing low to change up your usual meterless 3-piece string. Close standing heavy kick had its attack startup reduced from 8 frames to 6, overall frames have been reduced by 7, and the distance recognition has been broadened. This change from patch 1.34 resolved an issue where close standing heavy kick would pass through opponents under certain circumstances, so close standing heavy kick is working more as intended. With this, his stronger heavy starter got a lot better with the speed and the distance tweaks, making it easier to confirm from jump-ins and quick cancels. Crouching light kick had its attack startup increased from 4 frames to 5, and the front side hitbox has been reduced, giving one of his main contact buttons a bit of a nerf by slowing the button down and cutting off some of its range. You can still get 3 crouching light kicks into a standing light kick at point blank range, but move an inch away and that third one is going to whiff, making you want to be more mindful of your position before you press said buttons. His jumping heavy punch had its attack hitbox expanded upwards, making this a better close air-to-air when the opponent is above you. Jumping light kick during a diagonal jump had its attack hitbox expanded upward, and the above facing hurtbox was reduced, making this attack a better air-to-air overall, even in terms of opponents that have the high ground in the air. So his jumping blowbacks had a hurt box added for right before the attack triggers. This change will most likely make this move a bit easier to deal with, especially during close range hot pressure versus Terry. This attack still feels very strong, but space it poorly and you'll definitely get checked. Crack shoot light kick version resolved an issue where the alternate costume traveled a different distance than a default one. So this special will now act as intended. With EX Crack Shoot, the attack startup has been increased from 16 frames to 20, the overall damage has been reduced from 120 to 80, the knockback distance on block has also been reduced. This moves closer to the opponent once you land, and even had its travel distance reduced. Lastly, the overall frames have been increased by 8. All of this together means that this dirty move took a notable hit. It's slower with less range and actually punishable if blocked, though the window to punish it isn't huge. The damage cut will definitely make it harder to get that kill during a low life scramble. The heavy kick power charge had its overall frames greatly increased on whiff, making the whiff recovery seem about the same as the light kick version. This nerf is going to make you think more about how and where you want to use this move. It was way easier to gimmick opponents with blowback into heavy kick power charge, but doing that now will get you blown up a lot easier. Power Dunk has had its combo scaling value increased, so any hits that you do in your combos after a Power Dunk will get you more damage reduction than you're used to. This is no way going to stop Terry from deleting characters, but players who are used to optimizing damage with Terry combos may notice the difference. The heavy kick version of Power Dunk had 2 frames of its guard point removed from the beginning of the attack. This change means well-timed meaties on his wake up and tight enough frame traps will stuff this move, compared to when you could just use this with more reckless abandon. It's still nice to throw out to eat buttons if you're prepared to get blown up for it, or if you just really like Power Dunk. Max Bustawolf had its physical and grab invulnerability frames reduced, but now it's invulnerable to projectiles during the attack. so this puts the focus of the super back into stuffing projectiles. Even though it has the invulnerability during the attack, the invulnerability doesn't last the entire move, so you'll have to have the right timing and the right distance for this to pay off. Terry is still the legendary Hungry Wolf in this game. Give him meat or he can still just straight up delete characters. He got some solid tweaks on a few choice buttons, but some of his abuse tools got toned down a bit. On the upside, his Buster Wolf is back to being an anti-zone tool, which is pretty nice, especially if Terry has 5 whole meters. That's going to be it for this video on character updates for Terry Bogard. Big thank you for all of those of you that took the time to check this out. If you want to see more character patch reviews, make sure to check out our Ko-Fi and support us any way that you can. If the community can help us hit parts of our donation goals, we'll make more of these and hopefully we'll get through the whole cast. Just remember, videos like these take a lot of time for us to make, and I gotta eat. We've been working on comprehensive character tutorials for every aspect of the Orochi team, including info on each button, each move, general strats, the works. If this is something that interests you, stay tuned. Those are going to be done soon. If you're feeling the content you're seeing, we appreciate any support that comes our way, so share it with your KOF friends if it was helpful. The more support we get, the longer we can make content like this. If you ever need to hit us up, you can do so through Discord and Twitch, and eventually Twitter, but I'm afraid of that website, so I don't use it that much. Hope everyone enjoys the game changes.